Right, the 10th one. Just finished it.
10th.
How you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a supersized State of the Fight. It was bigger than most.
Yeah, I think we packed a lot of punches in this one, didn't we, for the 10th one?
Well, and all the prep too. So.
Is that a nod to me? Because if it is,
Absolutely.
I'll absolutely take it. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
But we're not here to reminisce about the 10th State of the Fight.
Okay.
We are here for Todd's after party! Woo! Right, so Todd.
Yes.
Been a big year for PNC this year, hasn't it?
It's been a big year. We've had some nice tool releases, and we've had updates across all of the programs, actually.
So why don't we just get straight into the thick of it and talk about malware?
All right, that's probably where we've had the most work. The Certified Against Malvertising Working Group has been doing a lot of work. And I just kind of gave away the script right there. So we were going to rebrand, we're going to rename Certified Against Malware to Certified Against Malvertising. Reason for that is malware is a really big concept, and TAG's remit is within digital advertising. So we want to make sure that we're focused very specifically with laser-like focus on malvertising as it affects the digital advertising industry.
So does that mean any changes to the guidelines?
Indeed it does. We've added some really interesting new threat intelligence and threat sharing aspects to Certified Against Malvertising. So if you are an intermediary, if you are serving ads, you must tag that ad creative so people know what the source or where the source of the ad is coming from. So this is loaded into the publisher's DOM on their webpage. And if there is an incident, if someone reports something to the publisher, it becomes much more easy for them to troubleshoot and to provide those indicators of compromise back to the industry so that we can shut down these incidents of malvertising much faster.
Okay, so let's move on and talk about brand safety.
Brand safety. So in Brand Safety Certified, the entire working group, because the program has been out for a few years, it's good to go back through the program, make sure that everything continues to be relevant, make sure that there's no ambiguity or something that needs to be clarified or changed. So that was the exercise that the Brand Safety Working Group went through this year, was kind of a codification exercise, where we walked step by step, word for word, through the guidelines document and figured out, okay, this is somewhat confusing, maybe we should tweak this and make this a little bit more clear. So this codification exercise, that is something that we have completed in both the Brand Safety Working Group, and it's also something that happened in the Anti-Fraud Working Group too. Because the Anti-Fraud program has actually been around for almost as long as TAG has. It's in version 10 right now. So it was very important that we went back through both the Brand Safety Certified program and the Certified Against Fraud program, just to make sure that everything continued to be up to date and there wasn't anything confusing or ambiguous in it. We got a lot of really good suggestions from the working groups. We made those tweaks and changes, so look for that. But it didn't change anything materially. All the requirements continue to be the same. They've just been made more clear and more concise.
And then on the tools front for brand safety, where are we with that? Has there been any additions, new updates, or nothing?
Well, I mean, last year we launched the keyword exclusion tool list, and that's a very important tool. We continue to build new tools for the brand safety program. We have something very interesting and kind of important this year, I think, and that is our human created content tool.
Yes.
So if you are a publisher and you invest in the creation of content, human created content, rather than, let me have an AI generate this for us, give me 500 words on Harry and Meghan or something like this. You actually sit down, you do the research, you compose the content yourself. It is created by humans, and we have a little icon that you can put so it can differentiate itself between what is authentically human created content and what is this kind of artificially AI generated content. So we're very excited about the human created content tool.
Why did we approach it from a human-created content angle rather than an AI-generated content angle?
That's a really good question. Actually, we started off from an AI-generated content angle. We have these evolution sessions, usually about once a year. We bring together all the subject matter experts in a particular area. We had a lot of publishers that were going to talk to us about how they were using AI. And what we figured out pretty quickly in that evolution session is that the people that are using AI in kind of nefarious ways, number one, they're not members of TAG. And number two, their game is not to label that content. Their game is to fool you into thinking that it's authentically human-created content. So rather than label the AI content, and there's a lot of interesting AI content label programs that are out right now, we wanted to focus on which content was created by a human, because we think that that is really going to be the important differentiator going forward. Human-created content They sat down, they wrote the first draft, they took the original photograph, they recorded the original video or the original audio or illustrated the original design. They can use AI tools to help them in the editing process, but a human being must have initiated the content creation process, and if they are involved, if there are humans in the loop and humans make the decisions about what is going to be added, what's going to be removed based on AI suggestions, rather than the AI just kind of taking over and doing its thing, then you can say that this is authentically human created content, and you can label it and differentiate yourself from that kind of AI slop that we keep hearing about.
Awesome. And how can people get their hands on this tool?
It's available in the Brand Safety Certified program, no extra cost. If you are participating in that program and you are interested in it, you should reach out to us at info@tagtoday.net, or you can reach out directly to Dominique, or you could reach out to me, Todd at tagtoday.net, and we will get you all squared away with human created content.
Awesome. In terms of the process of getting their hands on this tool, is there any additional paperwork that they need?
They need to do an application so that they are able to demonstrate to TAG that they are responsible and that they are following all the human created content standards.
Yeah.
And then they just need to participate in the program and be able to display that icon with content that is qualified. The neat thing about that is if there's any question on the part of the audience, there is a page that we have created. The audience can click on the icon. They will go to a human created content validation page, which will totally display all that publisher's information about how they are responsibly creating human created content and how they are qualified in displaying that icon.
Okay, so it sounds like getting their hands on this tool is super easy.
Yes.
In terms of resources, how much time they need to fill out the paperwork is pretty minimal, and it's an additional validation and extra credibility for whoever gains the HCC icon that their content is human created.
Exactly right. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. A lot of these companies, especially our members, are already creating authentically human created content, following this human created content standard, so it should be very easy for them to qualify.
Okay. And you touched upon this a little earlier on, and you talked about evolution sessions.
Right.
For folks who don't know what an evolution session is, would you be able to just kind of give us a bit of a summary of what that is?
Yeah, so if there's a question, if there is something interesting that is emerging or going on within digital advertising, there is an evolution taking place. We want to bring together the people that are experts or that have the closest touch points to those questions or to whatever it is that is emerging. We bring them together, maybe 12, 15, 18 of those folks into a single room where we can spend 3 or 4 hours talking about how this is emerging, what's going on, and if there is something that TAG can do to bring clarity or security or assurance to whatever it is that's emerging. So that is an evolution session.
Are there any other tools within brand safety that have recently been launched in the last 12 months?
Pirate Domain Exclusion List, which is a very cool new tool that has been created by our Threat Intelligence Department. So this is actually a very nice complement to the Pirate Mobile App List, which has been a tool that we have for a while, which is a list of mobile applications that have been removed from the app stores because they have been found to be infringing on copyright or intellectual property rights. PDL works in a very similar fashion, except instead of a list of mobile applications that are involved in piracy, this is going to be a list of domain names that are involved in piracy. So we've added a requirement that says that you must do pirate domain exclusion blocking, and that complements the requirement for pirate mobile app list exclusion and blocking. And if you need some help doing this, you don't have this expertise on your own, then you can use our tool. Just using our tool will not meet the requirements. We need to help you with some training and some education and to build out your own capacities or to work with a third party to supplement our tool. But yeah, it's a very cool tool. I'm really happy and proud that the TI department has built that for us.
Great. And how do people access the tool?
Right now, they access it through the member portal. And if they would like to have access to it, that is something that also comes with your membership. If you are participating in Brand Safety Certified, reach out to info@tagtoday.net and we can get you all squared away on how to use the Pirate Domain App List and the Pirate Domain Exclusion List, pardon me.
Amazing. Let's go over to anti-fraud.
All right, anti-fraud. Anti-fraud actually went through a very similar codification exercise that Brand Safety did, because the program is in its 10th version. We're getting ready to do version 11. Right now we're talking about something that we discussed during the State of the Fight, which is device attestation and how that can be leveraged to make sure that we're doing all that we can to prevent device spoofing, which is really just a way of faking a device. You know, if I'm a fraudster and I want to make it look my fraudulent activity is coming from a legitimate iPhone or an Android phone or a MacBook or a Windows machine, it's relatively trivial to rewrite that information and to spoof or fake a device. And we've come up with an interesting way of mitigating against that. So we'll be talking about that within the working group, and hopefully that will be something that's added to Certified Against Fraud version 11, which would be released January.
Okay, transparency.
Transparency.
The last one. What's going on there?
Transparency continues to be a very important program. It is our fastest growing program, and we've been doing some interesting research. We just did a research project with the ANA,
Yes.
where it determined that MFA spend is down 65% through our Tag TrustNet transparency tool. So transparency continues to rock and roll.
All of this work really kind of feeds into recertification, or part of it kind of feeds into recertification. Why don't you talk a little bit about what folks should remember to do for the end of the year?
That's right.
And be prepared for the January window.
Recertification is going to be coming up faster than we know it, actually. So if you haven't gotten in any last minute training, go into the member portal, take your trainings. It's important that everybody renews their training every 12 months, and that can be done, again, on the member portal. It's streaming video. You can pause it. You can come back to it if you get an email or a phone call or a Slack or something that demands your attention for the business. So it's kind of user-friendly in that way. And then we will have all the forms and everything ready by mid-November. They will probably be in our DocuSign system in late December. Everybody can start to access that immediately at the beginning of the year, and you will have the entire month of January to get in a last-minute training, to fill out your application and submit everything. Remember that everything needs to be submitted to TAG no later than January 31st, 2026. If you need an extension, you might get one. Reach out to us, but please don't wait until the last minute. Let us know as soon as you possibly can that you might need an extension.
Okay, so kind of key takeaways for recertification in terms of prep. 3 key takeaways, what would they be? Must-dos even.
Get your training on. Check the guidelines documents for any changes that have been made. And then fill out that paperwork and get it submitted no later than January 31st.
Perfect. Great. I think that's everything for
that is everything.
for Todd's after party.
Other than going upstairs for the real after party.
Woohoo!